Good evening, everyone. It is with great pleasure to welcome you all to this exciting and insightful webinar organized by the IEEE Power and Energy Society Student Branch Chapter of University of Jaffna. My name is Vishwa Mahagamage, and I'm truly honored to be your host for this event. Today, we have gathered to explore a topic that resonates deeply with students, educators, and professionals alike. From theory to practice, bridging the gap between academic and industry in power and energy. As we all know, the transition from classroom learning to real world application is often one of the most challenging and crucial phases in an engineer's journey. This evening, we are fortunate to hear from someone who has not only made that leap but also has excelled in it. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished speaker, Mr. Shaibu Ibrahim. He is a senior electrical engineer at Acciona Energia USA Global and brings over a decade of rich professional experience in both thermal and renewable energy. Currently, he plays a pivotal role in the development of large scale solar, wind, and battery energy storage power across North America. Mr. Ibrahim holds a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronic engineering and a master's in sustainable energy. We are truly honored to have him here today, sharing his journey, insights, and advice on how we too can bridge the gap between academia and industry. So, without further delay, let's dive into today's session. Once again, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yes, sir, you can take over.
So much. Thank you so much for this introduction. I do appreciate the invitation to present on this important topic. So I will share my screen and discuss whatever we have today. I hope this section is going to be a lively one. And then I'm also glad to hear from all people across different countries. Even though this program is put together by University of Jaffna, IEEE, the Power and Energy Society, but we have other people who are joining from different countries and schools as well. So without further ado, I'll share my screen and then we can continue from there. Okay. Just a second. So can you all see my screen? If someone can see my screen, let me know. Can you all see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so I will start this presentation with a bit of story about myself and what has motivated me throughout my career and what I have been trying to do, share the same journey with other young professionals that I feel like is going to be very helpful to them because a lot has changed throughout the past 10 years when I started. So 11 years ago when I started my career, I actually failed to ask the right questions and I failed to, just a moment, I think I lost my screen. Sorry. Okay. Correct. So I failed to ask the right questions, and I also failed to take inventory of my skills, and I failed to take charge of my career. I left everything in the hands of other people to decide. And the unfortunate happened when I was among a group of other young engineers that were laid off. And up to today, if you ask me the reason why we were laid off, I do not have the reason because we were never told. And that has been a great lesson for me. Nobody wants to be laid off, but I would say the unfortunate happened. It is actually a blessing in disguise. At the end of it all, even though there were some failures in the beginning, but I have tried to change a lot of things. And looking back, I've always thought that missing that opportunity to stay and work was actually a good thing. At the same time, I was lucky to find a great mentor, Graham, who taught me a lot of things and actually ignited the desire of power and the energy industry into me. So I'm deeply grateful to my first mentor. And I'll jump on straight to the presentation for today. So in today's presentation, we are going to talk about the relationship between the theory, whatever we have been studying in the school, and how we relate that to the industry. This program, as I mentioned, is put together by the students in University of Jaffna Batu. I'm glad to hear that other people from different places have also joined. In the introduction, I have been introduced, so I will not talk much about myself. So even though I put a slide here to talk a bit about myself, when I started my career in 2014, I started with a power distribution company and then moved into thermal power generation. And then I moved into renewables after I graduated from my master program. I also volunteer as it was said in the introduction. So I'll just move on to the next. This is a bit about my education and the licenses and certifications that I hold. EIT is actually Engineer in Training license. It is the first license that you would get if you want to progress to have a professional engineer license in the US. Even though I have gone through all, I'm just left with approval for the professional license. Also have a PMP, and then NABCEP. NABCEP actually means North American Board of Certified Energy Practitioners. So this is for only solar, those who are into solar. And then LEED Green Associates is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. Okay, now let's come back to the main reason why we are here for the presentation. This presentation is going to be very interactive. I'm going to give the opportunity for you to ask questions. I'm not going to be the only one to talk, so we can all have enough from this webinar. The student life, we are involved in endless assignments, research, and then this also gives us the opportunity to meet new people on campus and establish some friendship. It is also a time when we start taking some interviews, preparing ourselves for internships and then full-time jobs opportunities. But there's always a time when this phase of our life will come to an end, and then we transition into the graduation phase. And this phase, we are very happy. Whoever is graduating has a lot of expectations on them, their personal expectations as well as expectations from families and friends. And a lot of people will be looking up to you. So this is the happy moment. You're stepping out of school, no more assignments. We are happy that we are going to start a career.